Well done, you are at the first chapter's final lesson. We're going to run some test suites in different conditions and look at their reports. Let's start off with the CLI mode, command line interface, shall we? To run Katalon tests via the CLI commands in a local terminal, make sure you have Katalon runtime engine ready to use on your local machine. If you haven't, then pause the video, download and install it. You can find the guideline easily by searching on Katalon Docs or Google. Now get back to Studio. To generate the CLI command, click on the command builder next to the Run button. As this dialog box appears, choose your test suite. Select your organization, here I choose Katalon. Click on Generate Command button. Copy it to the clipboard. Then navigate to your Katalon Studio build folder. Open a terminal window. Paste the command in and press enter. You will see the test suite begins to run. Now, some time traveling. And our test execution is finished. In Katalon Studio, click the Reports folder, find and choose our test suite execution. The suite has 2 test cases, and by looking at the green tick, you know that they both passed. In the middle is the summary section, including the overall summary of a test suite execution, time, status, and the settings and the environment for that execution as well. However, in the log viewer, there isn't any information about this test suite execution. Same thing goes for the console section. That's because the suite is actually executed on your local machine, not Katalon Studio. You can switch to your local terminal to see all the activities here, just like what you've seen in the Studio's console earlier. But remember, all the information here will be gone for good once you close it. When building the command line, you may want to set it up automatically to upload these reports to Katalon TestOps and view them later. I'll show you how to do it later in this course. Another way to view the execution report is through the report folder in Katalon Studio. On the top right corner, click on Show Test Case Details to open the Test Cases log section. Under the Test Log tab, all the executed steps and their status are shown for this selected test case. You can again filter out pass, fail, not run steps, and so on by using these filtering toggles above. You can also search for particular steps by using the search bar. For example, I type in Add to Cart. Step 4 appears as it contains this keyword. At the bottom, the log information will give you more details about a particular test step, including its name, starting and ending execution time, duration, description, and the log message. Next to it is the log image where you can see the screenshot of the AUT whenever the take screenshot keyword is used or an error occurs. And that's all about the reports of test suite execution in CLI mode on your local machine. Now let's move on to run a test suite collection directly in Katalon Studio. Will there be any difference regarding the report? Here, our test suite collection has 3 test suites. I'm going to run each one with a different browser and use the parallel execution mode, meaning the 3 suites will be executed simultaneously. These are the benefits of using a test suite collection, as I've mentioned earlier. So, looking at the log viewer, it started to display the executed steps. It didn't show anything here when you run test in a console mode on your local machine. Right under the Log Viewer tab, you can see the number of executed tests, their status, and the visualized status bar of the execution. The browsers are being opened and test steps are being executed automatically. At the bottom, looking at my dock, you can see Microsoft Edge, Chrome, and then Firefox are open at the same time. It indicates that our test suites are being run simultaneously in parallel mode. Back to Studio. One thing to note about the log viewer is it can only show the execution details of one test suite at a time. If you want to see how other test suites are performing, click on this eye symbol icon. Choose the one you want to view and the log viewer will display accordingly. Well, all of our test suites are coming up and running. Let's skip it to when they're all finished. Bam, all done. Looks like there are some failed tests. You can see here 7 out of 7 test cases are executed. To see the report, click on the Result tab. Here are all the overall details of the 3 test suite executions. In the failed test total column, it says that our first suite has 1 failed test out of the total 4. Meanwhile, the other 2 are both good. Click on Show Details to have a closer look at each test suite. This one has only 1 test case whose status is passed. Further, click on Show Test Case Details to see all the executed steps. You can also search for particular steps to view, which is quite convenient in case your test case has a lot of steps. Alright, let's check on the others. This last suite is actually the one that we've run on local machines earlier. All of its test cases passed. So let's move on to investigate the other one, which actually has 1 failed test. For context, this suite is applied data-driven testing, so there are 4 iterations here. The second one failed at step 5. You can expand to view all the activities taking place in this step. Let's see. It says here, unable to set text of the object. You can see more log messages about this in the information section below. It could be due to flakiness, that the object could not be found, since all the other tests in this suite passed, given the same test steps and objects. Or maybe the application does not function well with this particular test data. That's my guess on the root cause. Moving on. Another way to quickly troubleshoot the problem is going through the log viewer. Expand the failed test case. Select the failed step. You can see right in the panel, it said root cause, unable to set text of the object. Click on the address to quickly navigate to the object setting. From here, you can start investigating. Let's say the locator was incorrect. You can quickly fix it and then rerun this test case. Well done! You finished the first chapter. Now you know how to work around the execution log and test reports in Katalon Studio. In the next chapter, we're going to learn how to customize the log and set up video recordings for troubleshooting and debugging. See you then!